Well, this is the back side of the driver's side door. You can see some previous owner had the AMC type rearview mirror that was remote, and I don't know if the cables got jammed or what, but they cut those cables, and that's a real tragedy because that's actually several $100s to buy a new one of those. But anyway, today what we're going to do is we're going to rebuild, we're going to cut out a new backing cardboard. As you can see, that they've used back in the day was actually kind of a cardboard material that's that everything on the door panel is attached to. But when you have a sunroof and it leaks, of course, it's hard to see, but this is not flat anymore. And so what we're going to do is take off all the leather and the carpet off the bottom, disassemble this with these little spikes are just metal that hold on things like the armrest and the upper portion up here that goes around the door sill. So we'll take all that off and then use this as a form to stencil all the holes into this piece of we used to call masonite, and then we'll cut it out of that and make a nice form, and then we'll do the same thing for the passenger side door. It'll be just like brand new. Of course, we'll put new carpet in and on it, and new pleated material on the other side, and we'll recover the armrest and the upper portion also. But for now, this is a first step. Okay, now I've pulled out that armrest off the other side there. You can see that's all that really holds it on. Now, this is a 1980 Avanti 2. I know that the original Avanti's armrest is actually slightly different than this, and all. But in the Avanti 2, they had what was really popular in the 70s is they had a leather pull holster there, and so they no longer have a hole in the top of the armrest. It's just a piece that just sits on there, and that's all it does is an armrest. Okay, now I've separated the upper portion from the main one, and what I found is this too is a form of like a heavy cardboard, and there's a metal strip, I guess, in there with all these different little spikes that come up that you turn over to attach it to the bottom one. This one is deteriorated in a different manner. It is deteriorated because it's been way overheated, and I guess with some humidity, it's warped out pretty bad. But it'll still be good enough to make us a template to cut out of the same material, and you upholster it, attach them back together, and to be ready to go. I'll flip back over so you can see. There's also another set of spikes that run across here that are much smaller, and they are for the piece of stainless steel that separates the carpeted area from the pleated fabric there. So I'll take that out and mark those holes also. I'm going to I put little arrows on here for exactly where I want the hole to be drilled, because they're going to be much smaller, so the spike will be forced through the hole and then twisted over like it was originally, so that it ends up actually leaving a mark on here from where it's been folded over and pressed down. So in any case, you can see now at the bottom how deteriorated it is. Now this portion of it will not be good enough to make a template from, so what we'll end up doing is cutting out the top one and this one and leaving a bunch of extra at the bottom, and then go ahead and put that, once you cut it out and assemble those two, we'll put it actually on the door, and then we'll use the door itself to draw a mark on there and finally cut the bottom of the cardboard to the correct shape and size. You can see 3109, that is the serial number for the car. It's RQB-3109. It's a 1980 model. What I didn't notice before was this is actually a metal piece at the bottom of the door. It's just on the bottom, not the rest of the door. And it's in terrible condition. In fact, it's rusted into two pieces. So I'll find something in either steel or aluminum to replace that with. Once I get the shape of the door right, I'll replace that very bottom piece and go from there. I'm not sure that I even actually need it for anything because the rest of the door doesn't have it, but it looks like it does have a spike in here, so it must hook into the door. Spike or nail or something. Okay, well, here's my all new backer board for the driver's side door. I still obviously got to put all the upholstery on and trim on, but so far got a good fit.